And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. Major number 8. Today from Haja Rose Bowl in the Allentown area. We are down to the final 4 in both the scratch and the handicap division. We do something different for every finals. Today it's going to be an elimination final. So all 4 bowlers are going to bowl game 1, low score out. Then the remaining 3 bowl a game, low score out. The remaining 2 go head to head. So we're lining them up for player introductions. Don't forget, with every major, it is on the gold pins. We have our gold pins in, and we're on a fresh shot. Are you looking for a pen? There might be one in my bag somewhere. Look in one of the front compartments. The pattern today, which is a special pattern that we use. Kegel makes us 10 patterns. We use 1 at each major. Today's pattern was number 6. Pattern number 6, if you want to look up our bank of patterns on the PJBT website. 43 feet, and this house typically plays long, so played even longer than 43 feet. Scores were not all that high today, as you will hear when we introduce the players with their scores. But that's how majors should be anyway. So sit back and relax. We got 3 games coming at you in both the scratch and the handicap division. 3 matches, I should say. As always, our message board is live and operational should you wish to chime in. Let me know where you're watching us from today. All right, looks like we are just about ready to begin. Let's turn it over to Tournament Director Matthew.
Check. Okay. Hello. There we go. Good afternoon, bowler family and friends. Welcome to Rose Bowl for our finals of today's PJBT Major number 8. Today's finals, we have 3 matches. It'll be eliminator style each game. The low score will be out. We will go from 4 bowlers to 3, 3 bowlers to 2, and 2 bowlers to 1 champion. All right, time to introduce our 4 finalists in each division. Starting with the scratch division, our number 4 seed from Bethlehem, PA, Parker Laubach. In the first match, we'll also be bowling our number 3 seed from Royersford, PA, Mason Doan. Also competing in the first eliminator match, our number 2 seed from Douglasville, PA, Ryan Marsden. And finally, our tournament leader competing in the first round from Dallas, PA, plus 129 for 9 games today, Cole Oberst. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our 4 scratch finalists for today's PJBT. Okay, now it is time to introduce our 4 handicap finalists. Our number 4 seed from Bath, PA, Anthony Diodorato. Competing in the first match, our number 3 seed from Bainbridge, PA, Colby Schertzer. Also competing in the first match, actually tied for the lead, at plus 172 for 9 games from Pocono Summit, PA, Allison Stakowitz. And also tied for the tournament lead at plus 172, competing in the first match from Fox Chase, PA, Ian Piccarelli. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our 4 handicap finalists for today's PJBT.
All right, bowling fans, those are our finalists.
Okay, it is time to begin the Eliminator match number 1.
We'll wait for me to grab the cards, and then we'll go over some of the scores.
Just hit the red key on each side.
All right, got the cards in my hand. In the scratch division, your leader, Cole Oberst. He was plus 27 after 6 games of qualifying. Don't forget, in our majors, we throw 6 games of qualifying. Then he shot games of 170, 203, and a nice 267. Went 2-1 to get to plus 129. Ryan Marsden is your 2 seed. He was minus 23 after qualifying. Then he got on a roll. He won his 3 matches, shooting 176, 194, 202 to get to plus 39. Mason Doan, your 3rd seed. He was plus 27 after qualifying. Then he shot games of 213, 178, 151, going 2-1 to get him to plus 29. Very interesting. He won his 2nd game by a pin. If he loses that game, he does not make the finals. So, came down to a pin. Your 4th seed, Parker Lobach, he was plus 11 after qualifying. Then he shot games of 183, 173, and 189, winning 2 to get to plus 16. So as you can see, scores were not that high today, which is what we want when our majors come around. In the handicap division, we had a tie for the lead, So for seeding purposes, we look at who threw the higher last game. And Ian Picarelli did that. He was minus 9 after qualifying. Then he shot games with handicap of 235, 237, 221, going 3-0 to get to plus 172. Allison Stackwitz, she was plus 5 after qualifying. Then she shot games with handicap of 267, 204, 206, winning all 3 to get to plus 172 as well. Colby Schertzer, he was plus 54 after qualifying. Shot games with handicap of 212, 205, 185, winning 2 out of the 3 to get to plus 146. And your 4th seed, Anthony Diodordo. Diodordo. I don't know. Close enough for me. He was minus 2 after qualifying. Then he shot games with handicap of 228, 279, 208, winning 2 out of the 3 to get to plus 73. And those are our finalists today. Exactly, Mr. Zombro. I wish all of our majors were like this. The cool thing is, of the 8 finalists, I believe 3 of them have the PA Fats logo on their shirt. You could get your PA Fats logo for free when you purchase any line of apparel from EFX.
Excuse me, sir.
All you have to do is put that in the comment section that you want it, or if you talk to a live representative, just let them know. So once again, this was pattern number 6 today, pattern number 6 in our bank of 10 patterns. 43 feet, but as usual, Haja plays a little longer than normal. I would say early in the squad, surface was definitely your friend today, playing inside. I think if you kept the ball right around the 10 board, nothing out to the right early with some surface to bring the ball back, that would be what you want to do. Draw, to answer your question, if you contact Brian Krantz, he will help you with that, but you want to do that ASAP. Not quite sure he'll be able to do it afterwards, but we could try. And for those of you that do have that logo on your shirt, if you're going to be at Championship Weekend in June, you want to wear your logoed shirt on Saturday. Wear your shirt on Saturday. I will give away something. We'll put all the names of everybody that's got my logo on their shirt on Saturday, and we'll give them something. We'll draw some type of prize. Maybe I'll pay for another shirt for them. All right, so our scratch bowlers are done with their practice. And it looks like our handicap bowlers are just finishing up. Pins-wise, Ian is getting 77 pins. Allison is getting 46 pins. Colby is getting 38 pins. And Anthony is getting 36 pins. Let me put up some scoreboards here so we could see. Almost forgot to do that. That's not good. There we go. All right, on the mat.
Okay, bowling fans, it is time to begin our first shootout match for the finals on the scratch side. In the A position, we have Mason Doan, our number 3 seed. Underneath him is Cole Oberst, our number 1 seed. On the right lane, we have Parker Lobach, the number 4 seed, and Ryan Marsden, the number 2 seed. The top 3 bowlers will advance to the second shootout, or to second eliminator match. On the handicap side, we have top seed Ian Piccarelli as letter B, lower left lane. We have number 2 seed Allison Stakowitz as the bottom bowler on the right lane. We have number 3 seed Colby Schertzer as letter A on the left lane, top bowler. And we have Anthony Diodorado as the top bowler on the right lane. All of their individual handicaps in the system. Top 3 bowlers will advance to the second eliminator match. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our Game 1 finalists.
All right, off we go. Game 1, major number 8, Haja Rose Bowl, Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So it looks like the 3 and 4 seeds are leading us off on both the scratch and the handicap side. Mason Doe will be the first to go. He's on lane 3. And he gets 9, leaving just the 7 pin. Colby Schertzer also leaves the 7 pin. Anthony, not a great start, to 8-10. Parker Loba, 2-4. Mason makes his spare. Anthony doesn't get any. Colby makes his 7 pin. Parker makes his spare. Allison gets 9, leaving just the 3 pin. Ian leaving just the 7 pin. Allison makes the spare. Cole with our first strike on the scratch side. Ian makes his spare. Now last to go, our good friend Ryan Marsden. He leaves the 2 pin. Colby gets the first strike on the handicap side. Five pin for Anthony. Ooh, tough break for Parker there, leaving the 4-9. Ian up, lane 6, his second frame. He crosses over. Marsden does not make his spare. Definitely need to adjust here. Anthony misses his spare as well. Is your mic on? Parker gets the 1. Ian makes his spare. Are you ready to come in, Matthew?
I think I am.
All right.
How are we doing today, everyone? Finals of major number 8.
Mason with a strike. Allison up, frame 2. She comes in a little high, leaves a 6-10. Now, Allison has a rather unique way to make right side spares.
Okay.
She will not throw cross lane.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
I was watching her during qualifying today, and I'd say she made about 90% of her right side spares.
Huh.
Basically throwing it dead straight, even at 10 pins.
Dio Dorado.
And now that I say
And
that,
I was going to say, Diodorado chops his spare, and Allison misses her spare, but that was close. And on the scratch side, Marsden leaves a 2-4. So early in the match, Parker and Ryan are the 2 low bowlers at the moment, but it's very early in match number 1. Again, this is our major eliminator format today, and the gold pins are in for our major events. They have been retrieved from we weren't able to use them last month at our major because of, they were stuck in the shed.
There was a lot of snow in front of the shed.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Snow was blocking the shed.
Look at how Allison makes
Wow.
that 10 pin right down. Amazing. Parker with a split.
Colby Schertzer able to make up his spare. So right now, Ian Piccarelli up in the third. At the moment, Ian has the highest score on the board, but it is early. And his ball hits the outside edge and does not make it back, leaving the 1-2.
Yeah, you definitely were not getting it back from out there today.
You know, I bowled, in my days, I bowled a handful of tournaments in this center, and I found that college and regular, and I found that this center typically plays more of an inside pattern. Usually, if you can play the inner part of the lane, you will score well in the center.
Yep.
Pretty good shot there for Ryan Marsden. His first strike of the match.
And it plays about 2.5 feet longer than the oil pattern.
Well, that was the most unconventional strike we're going to see today.
Probably.
But it's a strike, as Anthony misses the head pin and then trips all three forward.
See, Cole is playing the perfect line.
Yeah, it looks like he's on the inner part of the lane, and he's got a ball with a lot of surface that'll get through the heads of the lane.
And he's slowing his speed down, too. He usually throws the ball harder than that.
Allison Stakowitz, good shot, leaving the 10 pin. And then we have Ian Piccarelli with the 310. He looks to get a spare. He makes his spare and keeps the board clean. 4 spares for him. Parker with a strike. And another spare conversion for Allison. So
That's amazing.
Anthony comes up high, leaves the 6 pin. And there's a strike for Ryan Marsden. So on the handicap side, Colby Schertzer, pretty good shot, leaves the 7 pin. Anthony picks up his spare. Again, this is match number 1 of 3. We will go from 4 bowlers to 3 in this round. Then we'll have another eliminator match to go from 3 bowlers to 2. And then the 2 will roll off for the title. So we have a total of 3 games for the finals today. Schertzer not able to convert his spare. So that'll give him 88 in the 5th. Allison comes up high, leaving the 6 pin. She hasn't struck yet, but she's putting good counts up there.
And that's pretty much what she did today. She didn't throw a lot of strikes, but she stayed solid with her spares all day.
Ian comes up a little bit high, 4-7 for Ian. Once again, she picks up a spare. Hey, whatever works.
Yep.
Parker looking for an important double here. Not able to get the ball to finish. Leaves a 2-5. Piccarelli gets his spare.
I'm going to make a prediction here that once Parker goes away to college, depending upon who his coach is, the next time we see him at this house, he's going to be throwing the ball completely different. He's
You think so?
He's going to be rolling the ball coming up the back of it.
Good spare. Good shot there for Anthony. Leaving the 10 pin. 1-3. Colby makes his spare. Cole crosses over. I think he missed inside his target on that one. Anthony Diodorado not able to make his spare, so he is at 108 in the 6th. He would be the low man at the moment. And first strike of the match for Ian Piccarelli. And the first strike of the match for Allison. She crosses over.
She goes, Jersey.
Crosses over. But a strike's a strike.
She said, I'm done with these 9 counts. I'm just crossing over.
That's right.
Seven pin for Anthony in the 7th.
Anthony not able to convert his spare, so that will give him 117 with handicap in the 7th. And at the moment, he is the low man on the handicap side. Better shot there for Parker, leaving a 4 pin. Mason comes in high, 3-6. Colby with his 2-4-7. Oh, just not able to convert. Misses it to the right. 112 for him, 150 with his handicap. And there's a regular strike for Allison Stakowitz. 2 in a row. And 2 in a row for Ian Piccarelli. Nice shot. Colby Schertzer with a nice shot, leaving the 6 pin. Right now we're finishing up frame 6 on the scratch side. Ryan Marsden with a strike. Right now the low man is Parker, but by not much. Very close. Especially on a tough pattern, things can change very quickly. Colby Schertzer gets his spare. Cole Oberst with a strike. Back on it. Allison misses her target to the left. 1-3-6. Ian misses his target to the right. 1-2-8-9.
And Ian is the first one that's safe.
Yes, it does look like here in the 8th frame he is going to be able to advance. Allison picks up her spare. Ian not able to make a spare, but he already has posted a game of 219 with his handicap in the 8th.
Allison just needs to keep the ball on the lane the next 2 frames, or if she marks in the next frame.
6-10 for Colby. 3 pin for Anthony Diodorado.
So that makes Allison now safe. 151.
Yeah, it does look like it's down to Colby and Anthony on that side. On the scratch side, Mason Doan did miss his spare, 126 in the 7th. Parker 94 in a spare. Schertzer misses his spare, but that puts him still at 177 in the 9th with his handicap.
So if Anthony strikes out, Colby would need to mark.
I'd say this is a big shot right here for Ryan Marsden, because if he strikes, that puts Parker as the low man.
Ooh, good shot.
Yeah, good shot. 10 pin. Ian picks up his spare. All right, we begin the 10th frame. On the handicap side, Diodorado looks to be the low man at the moment. He is 40 behind 3rd place Colby Schertzer. Colby leaves the 2-4-7. Marsden does not convert his spare, and I'll need a score change.
All All right, Anthony's going to need all three here. And, ooh, leaves the 8 pin on a light hit. That is going to end his day. So Colby, Allison, and Ian are moving on in the handicap side.
Pattern shows very touchy today. Got to play a very specific line. There's not a lot of room for error.
Just as all of our majors should be.
Yes. We try to put something certainly challenging out there for the major events.
So Colby's in 159, scratch 197 with his handicap. Anthony with the strike here will shoot 140 scratch, 176 with his handicap. We need a full rack on 6.
Just hit the reset. Hit the reset button.
Allison wants some more right side spare practice. Cole Oberst, that was a tug. Leaves just the 6 pin. Good shot for Marsden, leaves the 9 pin. He makes this spare. He will trail Parker by 2 pins as the low man. Allison shoots 175 scratch, 221 with her handicap. Ian will be the high game. So basically, the number 1 seed is going to be high, the number 2 seed is going to be second, the number 3 seed is going to be third. Marsden makes his spare. He trails Parker by 2 pins going into the 9th. Looks like Ian was just shooting a strike line there.
247, 221.
Parker up in the 9th. Has a good shot. God bless you, Matt.
Thank you.
Mason gets the 10 pin out. All right. So, Cole needs a mark or 2 good counts in the 9th and 10th to be safe. Best Marsden could shoot is 189. So Cole just needs 16 pins in 2 frames.
Oh,
10 pin.
pin sat in front of the 10, but didn't take it out.
That's
very
the gold.
interesting.
That could be the weight of the gold pins. Either that or it thought we were at strike zone. Marsden with a strike. He sits 2 pins behind Parker still going into the 10th.
I wouldn't say strike zone. I would just say my shot at strike zone.
I don't know. I've seen some interesting leaves up there. All right. Cole with that spare is basically safe.
Yeah. Parker can strike out for 191. Mason Doan now in the 190s with that strike.
So it looks like it's coming down to Parker and Ryan.
It does.
10 pin for Parker.
Good shot. It's a good shot.
So
Important and makes a spare here.
yes.
Mason is now safe as he strikes.
And
That'll
gets-
put it in the
and-
2-0.
And gets good count. He wants to spare. If he makes his spare and throws 9, he will force Marsden to strike first ball in the 10th. Parker makes his spare. All right, Mason in safe with 206. Certainly not a bad score on a fresh pair.
Not at all.
So
Especially a challenge pattern.
yes. So Parker wants to get at least 9 here. And that's good enough. 170, so that means Marsden needs to strike here first ball in the 10th. Cole Oberst is through. Even with 2 gutters, he'd be in the 180s.
Pretty good shot. Nice messenger 9 pin.
Yeah, I think I'd want to save that hit, though. Bank that for a rainy day.
Pretty interesting reaction, especially with the pattern and the gold pins. Okay, here's the shot. Oh, it looks inside.
And he carries Jersey.
Crosses over and carries Jersey.
So I think I heard him say sorry to Parker.
It is what it is.
Yep.
Tough pattern, anything can happen. Both of our number 4 seeds will be knocked out in this first round.
Marsden goes Jersey again. Cole shoots 220. He will be high. Mason at 206. Marsden hits pocket, leaves a 710. Shoots 187, and Parker low man out at 170.
Okay, 220.
All right, so we will give awards out to our 4th place finishers. Then we will switch pairs. Handicap will move to 3 and 4. Scratch will move to 5 and 6 for the next game. And we will go over next week's upcoming schedule.
Okay. No, you're good.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our first eliminated match of 3 for the finals. Finishing in 4th in the scratch division, getting a $75 scholarship certificate and award goes to Parker Laubach.
You unplugged me. All right. Please move. Thank you.
And our 4th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $75 scholarship certificate and award goes to Anthony Diodorato.
Parker and Anthony finishing 4th.
All right, our competitors will switch pairs, and we will go on to the second eliminator match.
All right, upcoming schedule for the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour next week, Sunday, March the 21st, is a converted tournament. It is now an adult junior tournament, an adult junior that is at Suburban Bowlerama. So we'll be driving about 2 hours west of here, going down to York, Pennsylvania. If you want the discount, we do offer a discount, but you have to put minimum $20 deposit in by 11:59 tonight on our website at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. Put in a $20 deposit, you will get a discount on next week's event. It is a 10:30 start time. The following Sunday, March the 28th, is our rescheduled doubles tournament from Trindle when we had our snow out in January. Sunday, March 28th, 21 and under doubles. Same thing, if you want the discount, you have to put in a deposit by 11:59 next Sunday. Now, for those of you that had already signed up, pay attention now. Unless you told us to do something otherwise, we moved your money to that tournament. So if you had already signed up and you didn't request your money back or move it to another tournament, it's sitting already paid for that tournament. That's March the 28th, Sunday, Trindle Bowl, 10:30 start time. Then we move into Easter weekend, and we have the Easter Classic tournament the day before Easter, Saturday, April the 3rd. Right up the road from us now, coming to you from Jordan Lanes in Whitehall. That's a 2:30 start time. That's the Easter Classic, Saturday, April the 3rd, 2:30 start time. Then we have major number 9, our April major, Sunday the 11th, coming to you from Burke's Lanes in the Reading area. Sunday, April the 11th, 10:30 start time. And our last tournament for the month of April is another adult junior at ABC West out in Mechanicsburg at Sunday, April the 18th. So that gets you through our April events. Don't forget, start making your plans for championship weekend if you've already made it to championship weekend. Start making your plans now. If you've never been to championship weekend, I would highly encourage you to be there all 3 days. Friday, June the 4th, is when we have the professionals come in and they do like a skins match. Starts somewhere around 8 o'clock at night usually. It's a lot of fun to watch. And we give away scholarship prizes. Every junior bowler that's in attendance will get a ticket, and the pro will pull a ticket, and if he pulls your ticket, you get scholarship money based upon where that pro finishes. It's a lot of fun. If you can't make it out that night, we will obviously televise it right here on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour YouTube site. Then on Saturday, we have a jam-packed full Saturday. We start at 9 a.m. Saturday morning with our no-tap pro-am. So the pros stay over. And a bunch of regional pros also come in that morning. And we do a pro-am, adult, junior. Adults could bowl in it and juniors could bowl in it. No-tap tournament. Then afterwards, we have 2 squads of adult junior. One is at 12:30 and then the other is at 4. Approximate start time on the second one. And then those that qualify through that come back Saturday night to bowl against Parker Bone to try to win some of his money and some of our money too, in the form of scholarships for the youth. Adults try to win some cash. And it's winner take all. Winner take all. And then Sunday, June the 6th, is our championship tournament. We always start out at 10 a.m. with our awards ceremony for the year, and then we move right into the tournament. So, once again, we hope to see you there. If you can't make it, all these events will be televised live right here on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour YouTube page. Once again, our message board is up and operational. Should you wish to chime in, let me know where you're watching us from.
Don't worry. I figured it was 102 against handicap before, and they go the first 200, and I had a 283 right.
And you lost.
And I had a 283.
I'm not even going to ask how you shot 283.
That was years ago when I was in handicap.
Okay. All right, on the mat.
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin our second eliminator final match. On the left pair handicap side, we have number 1 seed Ian Piccarelli bowling in the B position. We have number 2 seed Allison Stakowitz bowling on the right lane. And we have Colby Schertzer, our number 3 seed bowling as letter A. The top 2 bowlers will advance to bowl each other for the title. On the scratch side, we have number 1 seed Cole Oberst on the right lane. Number 2 seed Ryan Marsden is the bottom name on the left. And we have Mason Doan, our number 3 seed, as letter A. The top 2 bowlers in this eliminator round will then bowl each other on the opposite pair for the title. Bowling fans, let's give a nice hand to our semifinalists in game 2.
All right, off we go. Game number 2. Top 3 seeds still in. Don't forget now, Scratch has moved over to 5 and 6 handicap on 3 and 4. Colby's still getting 38. Ian's still getting 77. Allison's still getting 46. Colby starts out with a strike. Mason starts out with a strike. Eight count for Cole. 9 count for Ian. 9 and a wiggle for Allison. Why weren't you here, Karen? Marsden with a strike. A little bit better than his 10th frame shot. Yeah.
Better be lucky than good.
Yeah. Cole with a spare. Allison made her spare. Colby up, frame number 2. Knocks out the baby split, leaves just the 3-pin. Allison up, lane 3. She comes in high, leaves the 6-10. She's really getting right side spare practice today. Colby makes his spare. Allison does not. Call over for the strike.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit.
Not where he wanted it. Okay. Pretty good shot there for Mason Doan. Scratch bowlers seem to be lined up a little better at the start of this match. 1, 5, and 6.
They do.
Thank you.
Mason up. Frame 3, he's working on 2 strikes. Colby makes his spare. 3 strikes for Mason.
Good shot there for Ellison Stackowitz, leaving the 4-pin. Double for Ryan Marsden. Back on the handicap side, Picarelli comes up light, leaving the washout, 1, 2, 4, 10. Allison does not make her spare, so 36 in the third for Allison. And Ian will get 1, so he puts up 23 in the third. Shot for Ryan Marsden. So we have 2 bowlers with 3 in a row to start the match, putting the pressure on the tournament leader.
Yes.
Colby Schertzer leaves the 3-5 and a 1-2-8 for Allison Stackowitz. She'll look to convert the spare. Oh, Colby gets 1 as he does the old Chapo. Allison picks up her spare. 66 in the fourth for Colby Schertzer. 104 with his handicap. Ian hits the pocket light, 5-10.
Looks like the ball's hanging up on his thumb just a little bit.
Pretty good shot for Colby, leaving the 6-10. Everybody around the pocket. And Cole Oberst leaves the washout, +1 and able to convert. So a big shot there. Ian gets 1, so he's at 32 in the fourth. Spare for Colby Schertzer. Mason comes up light, 4-8. And Allison comes in a little bit high, leaving the 4-6-7. And a good adjustment for Ian Picarelli. He gets his first strike of the match. Stackowitz gets 2. Oberst leaves a 10-pin. Ultimately, I think because he pulled it inside of his target.
I'd say so.
Grabbed it. The ball will, on this pattern, will take off. But he converts the spare. So he keeps himself in the match. Pretty good shot for Colby Schertzer. Leaves a 7-pin. Ryan Marsden, 4 in a row.
I'm not sure who was bowling the first game in Marsden's spot over here on 3 and 4.
Sometimes pair to pair, they could be different. It
Absolutely.
makes a big difference. Mason wasn't sure about that one, but he got the strike.
Colby makes his 7-pin. So he's only got one open through 6 frames. 8 count for Allison.
Pretty good shot. Just came in a little bit high. Piccarelli comes up high, 310. Tricky spare. Oberst with an important strike. Keep himself in the match. Allison gets her spare. Piccarelli just a bit outside. So he will put 58 on the board, 135 with his handicap. Doan comes up high, leaving the 4-6-7. Marsden looked like he overturned that one at the bottom of the swing. Came inside target, 6-9-10. He'll look to pick up the spare. And a strike for Colby Scherzer. Second strike of the match. Marsden only gets one out of the 6-9-10.
Bad break there for Allison.
Yep, tough break.
4-9.
That was a good shot, too. Important to get one here.
To answer your question, it's two spectators per bowler.
Oberst with a good shot. Big double there, puts him back in the match. Allison misses the 2, 88, 134. Piccarelli picks up his spare. So we have a pretty close match in the on the handicap side. They start frame number 8. All the bowlers within 9 pins of each other with handicap. Scherzer crosses over to the right-hander side and gets a double. His form of the Brooklyn. Allison comes up high, leaves the 4-7-10. Shows a little bit of frustration. It's all right, she needs to get 2. Good spare for Mason Doan. He's going to make me do some work.
You want to go for a walk?
Want to make me go for a walk.
Ian Piccarelli with a strike. They are starting to pull away from Allison. Allison could still shoot 2 of 3 with her handicap. Cole with a 7 count. Let's watch Matthew's form here. Not a lot of knee bend there. You young bowlers, don't watch him for the form. You need more knee bend. Colby with a 9 count. We were analyzing your walk.
My walk.
We said you need a little more knee bend when you.
Especially as I get up there in age.
Yes.
What can I tell you?
Yes.
Dakowitz picks up her spare.
Colby is officially safe. Full over with a spare. Ian with a double, that's going to go a long way to make him safe.
Yeah, that was a big shot for him right there. Marsden, good shot, comes up just a tick high, 4-9. Good shot there from Mason Doan. So right now, if Colby strikes, those two will be tied for the bottom score.
That officially eliminates Allison. She will finish third on the day. Good bowling. She started today with a 120 game and made it all the way up to third. Colby with the spare. He's going to be in the 190s with a good count here. Scratch. Ten pitting. Hole. Marsden comes back with a strike.
Big shot there for him.
You want to talk about a close match. If Cole makes this, all the bowlers are in the 140s on marks.
On the handicap side, Allison Stakowicz shoots 136. She'll have 182 with her handicap. And Colby Schertzer advances to the final shooting 189, 227 with his handicap.
Double for Mason.
Big double there.
We have a break in the action.
Piccarelli finishes with a 134. That's 211 with his handicap. And that'll be 227, 211, 182 on the handicap side.
Four pin.
4-pin for Olburst, so now he can max out at 204. Marsden and Doan can max out at 236 and 231 with a strike here. That one looked like he overturned it. Yeah, it looked like he overturned that one on the first, when he let go of it. So 5-9, he makes the spare. He can max out at 211. So it does look like it's going to come down to Marsden and Oberst. So ironically, our number 3 seed, Mason Doan, is probably the one in the driver's seat here for the finals. Marsden makes his spare. Pretty good shot by Mason. Mason pretty much now is in the clubhouse. No, he's not. 9 miss would be 203.
Yep,
So he's not in the clubhouse yet, but he needs to make the spare. Spare, and he will move on. There it is. So Mason Doan will move on to the title match. Pocket 4-9 for Cole.
I was going to say that looked. I'm sitting pretty much right behind Cole. That looked a little in off of his hand.
Doan gets 9, finishes with 214, and that will put him in the title match.
So now if you're Cole, you have to make this.
Yeah, you certainly got to be thinking about making this.
When you make it and strike, you shoot 192. That forces Marsden to mark.
So it'll be 181 for Cole.
So Marsden needs
A mark.
6 pins.
Not even a mark.
Yep,
Yes.
6 pins on his first shot.
And strike. So it'll be Mason and Ryan moving on to the title match.
Marsden.
Full rack. Just hit P2. P. Hit the letter P. 2. Red key.
He's in college, right?
He's almost done college.
Yeah, engineer.
Engineer, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, learning to drive train.
Can't tie his shoes, but he do calculus.
He can't draw very well either, so I'm told. All right, so with the strike here, Ryan will shoot 211.
Jesus Christ.
$210 for Ryan
210.
Marsden.
Okay, that will conclude our second eliminator. And now we are down to our title matches. So let me give out some awards.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes our second eliminator match for today's finals. Finishing in third in the scratch division, getting a $100 scholarship certificate and award goes to Cole Oberst.
Cole Oberst finishing third.
And our third place finisher in the handicap division, receiving a $100 scholarship, certificate, and award goes to Allison Stakowitz.
Allison Stakowitz, your third place finisher today in the handicap side.
Okay, on to our title matches.
All right, we will flip sides again. Flip side, scratch will move back to 3 and 4. Handicap will move to 5 and 6.
that's what it breaks. A couple things that are carried differently.
Exactly, yep.
Bowling. It's easy to say when you're not the one bowling. You know? Look at Cole.
That's what she's upset about. She's glad just about all.
It does get better at some point, right? Right this up.
I don't know. See, shot one. Could have packed it up in my she did. Kept them posted. Not doing everything at once. I said, if you don't walk in there in the hospital, you're not here. That's what
She was so.
She led today, and then had bad breaks, you know? I think what, 3 breaks that she got. Three breaks.
Just gotta learn to accept the positive instead of accentuating all the negative.
Oh, he's over in the corner there watching. iPad. He was in the corner counting earlier. Buddy. Get your iPad. Once you got his iPad, you calm down. He's all right. We have water in the car. It's right out front. Okay. We've got lots of water bottles.
All right, so it looks like Ian will be getting 39 pins from Colby. So on the handicap side, we got the 1 and 3 seeds. On the scratch side, we have the 2 and 3 seeds. We have truly an underdog story developing here on the scratch side. Ryan Marsden,
All right, now that it's your choice, you're the highest seed left. So start first.
First time I ever made the first place in scratch, my first by elimination.
You want to start last? Yep. So I have to reverse it. Yep, fine. Ian, your choice.
Ryan Marsden, who barely made his high school team, has come out of nowhere in a major to make it to the title match. Truly an underdog story here we've ever seen. This could be as big as the 80 Olympics hockey team here if he pulls this off. Kristen says good luck. Kristen. McEvoy? MCEVO? Who is?
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin our title matches for today's PJBT. On the scratch side, we have number 2 seed, Ryan Marsden, taking on number 3 seed, Nathan Doan. Ryan has elected to have Mason start the match on lane 3. On the handicap side, we have number 1 seed, Ian Piccarelli, taking on number 3 seed, Colby Schertzer. Ian has elected to start the match on lane 5, and he gets the difference in handicap, which is 39. All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title matches for today's PJBT.
All right, off we go to our title matches. Carmen wishing Mason the best, and Patrick Moore telling Marsden to bring home the title. Hello, Glorious from Delaware. How are you today? Ian Piccarelli starting us off. He's crossing over. Leaves the 1-3-6. Let's see what Mason Doan does. Coming back to 3 and 4, and he leaves a 10 pin. And starts out with a chop.
Yes. Mason picks up his spare to start the title match. See what Colby Schertzer can do, giving up the 39 pins in their match. Starts off with a really nice shot.
It's a good start.
Great strike.
He almost looks like he could be a mini me.
Were you a left-handed bowler?
I was not.
Oh, okay. Marsden with a strike to start the title match.
If I was, I'd still be bowling probably.
Delayed the hook on that one a little bit. 3-5-6. See if he can pick up his spare. Again, our winner today taking home a $300 scholarship and the winning first place glass bowling pin for a major title win. Second place will be a $150 scholarship today.
Oh,
Perfect shot for Ryan. Leaves the solid 8 pin. And a chop spare for Colby Schertzer. So 28 in the second for him. Piccarelli hits that outside part of the lane where the ball doesn't seem to want to come back today. 1-2-7. Marsden picks up his spare. Tough shot for him. That was a great shot.
we'll see if that eventually comes back to hurt him.
Piccarelli able to convert his spare. Mason comes up a little bit light, 2 pin. We can officially say the 300 pot will carry over.
Yep.
$104, I believe that was. Carries over to next week. We will be at Suburban Bowlerama in York for the adult junior event. Pretty good shot, leaving the 10 pin. Mason picks up his spare. Well, Darren Zombro, to your comment on the board, that's what we always try to do every week. Try to make sure the majors are tough. Sometimes it comes down to a lane surface and what center we're at, too. I've tried to mix and match our patterns for majors, so some of the patterns seem to play harder at certain centers. But this one kept the scores. I don't think we really had any really high scores today, but we didn't have a ton of like really low scores either. The field seemed to be very tight, which made it very interesting. 4 pin for Ryan Marsden after Mason Doan had struck. Ian missed his 10 pin, so 36 scratch in the third for him. Colby Schertzer going to try to pick up his spare here. I don't think he got it off his hand. So he'll have 37 in the third. So he'll still trail by handicap -1 through the third frame.
Somebody is saying they have lots of kids at home saying hello. I don't recognize the name.
I think I do.
Okay.
That would be 4 kids and a coconut. We were told it's the weight of a coconut. Schertzer comes in high, leaving the 4-6-10. And a strike for Ryan Marsden, his second in the match. Once again, this is the title match for the PJBT event today, our major event. Major number 8 on the calendar, major number 7 we actually bowled.
Yes.
Ironically, the other major we lost was at this center, our Christmas tournament earlier this year. First time we are back here at Rose Bowl since December of 2019. Hard to believe it's been almost a year and a half since we've been here. They got the short end of the stick with COVID.
Yep. This was the first one that we canceled.
It was the first event we canceled last year, that's correct. And then we did not have our Masters tournament in June because of COVID. And then Pennsylvania basically shut down for another month this year in December, ultimately losing our Christmas tournament this year. So, but we're happy to be back.
Definitely. Love the people here. Very nice.
Yes, everyone very happy to see us again. Ian Piccarelli leaving the 3-9. Does not pick up his spare, so he's still got 44 in the fourth. So both bowlers and handicap kind of pacing each other. Strike for Mason Doan. He's got 2 in a row on the left lane. 79 in the fourth with a strike.
Thank you for the kind words there, Jamie. Appreciate it.
Ian comes up high, 4-7. See, these are always on the handicap side, the matches that I think about, like, you know, both bowlers are even scratch, but Colby losing with the handicap right now. How do you make up the handicap? You know, so many bowlers worry about making up the handicap to get in the match, but ultimately you just got to make marks. Got to put marks on the board, and Ian does. Ian gets his spare.
We're not 100% handicapped, so if both bowlers bowl their average, the higher average bowler is going to win.
Correct.
Another good shot by Marsden. A little unlucky, leaving the stone 10.
Colby crosses over, leaves a 4-pin. So pretty interesting shot there because it looked like he was only about maybe a board or 2 inside target, but the ball seemed to hook an extra 2 boards. So he clearly on the left side of the lane. If he hits his mark, he'll strike. If he misses in, it's going to hook extra. Marsden not able to convert his spare.
Colby makes his 4-pin. Second mark of the match.
87 in the fifth for Marsden. Schertzer picks up his spare. So again, he is, scratch-wise, he's
Gonna need to
matching his
reset lane
opponent.
6.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
Marsden crossing over, leaving just the 3-pin. $2-8 for Colby.
Marsden picks up his spare. So this is an opportunity right now for Mason. He could put up a double here, and that would really start to put some pressure on Ryan. Good spare there for Colby. Good shot. 10 pin. When you combine a tougher pattern with tougher pins to knock over, these pins are just a tad bit heavier than your normal pins. Makes a huge difference.
We haven't told the story quick. How did we first get the gold pins? We haven't told that story from one.
Well, actually, we started by getting some from our good friend Parker Bone III. Parker, when he won his Masters title out in Reno at the bowling stadium, he was awarded the gold pins they used in the finals. He let us use them at some of our events, but we only had enough pins to do 2 lanes. So we started to investigate if anywhere across the country they had these same pins. And fortunately, Josh and I were able to find a center in Michigan that actually, back in the day, predominantly used these pins for all their lanes. And they were selling them off, and they had brand new ones that they had not used, and that's the ones that we purchased and you see here today. So Piccarelli leaves the 4-pin after making his spare. So Ian right now doing what he needs to do, fill frames. Because as long as he fills frames, he's going to win. He's going to win the tournament. On the scratch side, Doan puts up 2 spares, so Ryan has a chance to even the match here with a strike. Yes, and these pins, just to finish off that story, your normal pin is approximately 3.2 ounces. 3 pounds, 2 ounces. These pins are more like about 3.6. So they are just a tad bit heavier. So they're a little bit harder to whip around.
Yes.
And that's the uniqueness of them. They were predominantly used in Reno at the National Bowling Stadium for national events, PBA events, back in the 2000s. Very interesting way to make the spare, but Colby converts the spare.
Ryan did not, so Ryan's digging himself a little bit of a hole. He now finds himself down by 25 with 3 frames to go.
See if that break changes anything here for Colby.
Yeah.
Makes a pretty good shot, leaves the 6-pin. Ball does not finish on Marsden.
Say that almost sounded like it was clipping his thumb hole on the way down.
Yeah, I don't think he got all of that one on the finish. Good spare for Colby. So Colby can max out at 178 with his handicap. Marsden not able to convert his spare. So back-to-back opens for him.
So if Mason could double here, that will just about end it.
Ian goes a little bit to the right. Hits that hold spot. Gets a 3 count. Yeah, big shot here for Mason. And he gets it. Big shot there.
5 lanes.
So now he just needs to spare strike. Ian picks up his spare. I think that one hung up on his thumb a little bit. But he picks up the spare. Oh, good shot. Still in the driver's seat though, needs to make the spare. Good shot for Ian. Leaves a 10-pin. And you got to give Ian a lot of credit. He has not struck once in this match. but he has only 3 opens, and the last 4 frames have been all spared. So he has been sparing the heck out of it.
Spare by Mason, that really puts him in the driver's seat. Even if Ryan were to strike out, Mason will not even need to mark. He'll just need a good count on his first shot. So if Ryan wants any chance, he's going to need to throw the first 3 at least here. If he doesn't, the match is proverbially over, and he gets the first. Going back to his bread and butter jersey.
Pretty interesting shot there. Big shot here, I would say, for Colby, too. Really needs to strike out to give himself a chance. Cross is over, leaving the 2-pin, rather. Marsden gets the first.
Yep. Keeping some slim hopes alive. So he could strike out for 182.
Colby gets his spare.
And if Ryan carried that solid 8, he would have, and if he were to strike here, he would have forced Mason to mark. And he does strike.
And he gets it. So you go back in this match to the solid 8-pin.
Yep.
You know, that adds another 10 to the score. So he'd be in the 190s
Yeah.
with the solid 8 falling.
Yep. He would force Mason to mark.
He would force Mason to mark in the 10th frame. Now Mason just has to stand up and bolt.
Get good count. Yeah.
Colby Schertzer gets a strike, keeping his life alive.
And Ryan gets the 4.
Finishes it out strong, so good finish for him.
So Mason needs 8 on his first shot to shut him out. If he goes 7 miss, we have a tie. And that's a winner for Mason Doe, your champion of Major number 8. Colby makes his spare. He shoots 157. Ian, with his handicap, is already at 162. So Ian Piccarelli, also our champion today in the handicap division of Major number 8. Mason striking out for 208. He wins 208 to 182.
Alright. I just want to go to the bathroom. Alright, what do you got?
Thank you. See you. Yeah, we'll be there.
All right, one more shot for Ian.
Have a safe trip. Have a safe trip. Saturday morning. Yep. All right. Congratulations. Thank you. Oh, great. Spare.
141 scratch for Ian, 180 with his handicap. 180 to 157 victory. All right, we will give out some hardware for our runner-up and our champions, and then we will have final interviews with them.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can start taking pins out.
Okay, bowling fans. That concludes today's PJBT here at Haja Rose Bowl in Allentown. Time to give out our final awards for today. Finishing runner-up in the scratch division, getting a $150 scholarship. Certificate and award goes to Ryan Marsden.
Ryan Marsden, runner-up today in the scratch division, $150 added to his scholarship fund. Good job there for Ryan.
Our runner-up finisher in the handicap division, getting a $150 scholarship. Certificate and award goes to Colby Schertzer.
Colby Schertzer, runner-up in the handicap division today. Great bowling there, Colby.
And our champions for today in the scratch division, receiving a $300 scholarship, certificate, and the first place glass bowling pin for a major title goes to Mason Doan.
Mason Doan, your champion in the scratch division today.
And our winner in the handicap division, receiving a $300 scholarship, certificate, and the first place class bowling pin for a major title goes to Ian Piccarelli.
Ian Piccarelli, your champion in the handicap division.
All right, thank you everybody for joining us. Stay tuned. We're going to have final interviews in just a moment, and we'll see you until next Sunday afternoon. We'll be live in the afternoon from Suburban Bowlerama in York with the finals of our adult junior event next Sunday. Thank you for tuning in.
All right, let me set up the camera for final interviews.
I'll see it helps. Good. See ya.
You're all right, Brian.
All good underdog stories.
I know.
Coming in there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, we are here. You can put that down.
What's up, buddy?
We are here with our handicap division champion today, Ian Piccarelli. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, you came out of nowhere in the last game of match play and shot a really good game, got you into a tie for first.
I know.
So, based upon how we do tiebreakers here, that gave you the number one seed, and you kept it going all the way through. Tough shot, this pattern number 6. How did you handle it?
Pretty well. Some shots weren't that good, but I went through that.
Yeah?
And I think myself, I did very good.
You did. You did. You bowled really good in these 3 extra games. You threw a lot of, you kept it clean a lot.
Yep.
Didn't have too many opens. So where do you normally bowl out of?
In scores,
When your junior leagues, where do you typically bowl?
I typically bowl in Bristol Pike.
Okay. That's not too far from here. And how many years have you been bowling?
Around 4 years.
4 years? Very good. And what do you average?
My average is a 114.
Excellent. Very, very good. And how old are you?
I'm 12.
12. All right. So you got a couple years, and you'll be up in high school. And I do believe down there they do have high school bowling. So we'll see if you can make the team. You probably will. Not a problem. So is there anybody you would like to thank? You have a coach that's been helping you?
Yes, my dad.
Your dad. Where's he at?
He's over there.
He's over there. Dad's over there. Okay. Very good. What's his name? Besides Dad?
Dennis.
Dennis. Very good. Anybody else you want to thank?
My brothers.
Your brothers. Okay. Are they here today?
Yes, they're right there.
They're right there. Oh. Did they bowl today?
Yes.
Yeah? You look like you're the youngest one of them.
I am actually.
Oh, so the youngest one wins today. Oh. Yeah. Oh. That's always cool when the young one wins, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was the young one too in mine. Yes. All right. Taking home the title today. Is this your first title or have you
Yes.
sat here? This is your first title. Excellent. So that means you have now qualified for our season-ending championship weekend down at Limerick. You're automatically qualified, so we'll see you down there the first weekend in June. All right?
Okay.
Taking home the $300 first place scholarship today and this beautiful trophy, Ian Piccarelli. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll see you. I hope to see you here a lot more.
Okay.
All right. We'll bring in Mason now. Bring your trophy. All right. So we're sitting here with our scratch champion today, Mason Doan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So I'm sure you came in today expecting to win.
Yeah.
Of course. You have to come in expecting to
yeah.
win, or you're not going to win.
If you don't expect to win, then you might as well leave.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, pattern number 6. Not the easiest of patterns.
No, definitely not. I struggled in some games and somehow did that in the finals.
How did you play it compared to what you normally do?
Well, there's no play at all outside.
Nope.
So until like the very end, if you slid it down just a bit, but mainly up the middle, stay left of 10 or right over 10. I was trying to hit the furthest right indicator at the end of the lane.
Got you. Yeah. For this house, that's actually the typical characteristics of this house. It's more of an inside house than an outside house. And definitely this pattern
Yeah.
definitely lended to playing inside. Very good. Very good. What equipment did you use today?
I used a mixture of a lot of things. I used the Gravity Evolve almost at the very start. And then I switched to the Nuclear Cell during qualifying and finished with that and a little bit of the Gravity.
Got you.
But in the finals, I started with the Gravity, and both games after that, I went with the Axiom.
Okay.
And that killed it. It was amazing.
So let me ask. In our majors, as you know, we re-oil
Yes.
for the finals. Did you have a different game plan coming into the finals that you did at the beginning of the tournament?
Well, obviously try what I did in the beginning, but try new areas. Maybe play a little bit up straighter, maybe right but straight. But that obviously didn't work because I just went with what I did in the beginning. So
Got you. Well, you made it through as the 3 seed.
yeah.
Good way to win.
Yeah.
Good way to win. So how many titles is this for you now?
This is my second singles. I won my team won the Super Al Child Al Junior.
That's right.
This year, yeah.
Yes. I was going to say,
With Cole, he was the number 1 seed.
yes,
today.
I was just going to say, you just sat here with me a couple weeks ago. I
Yeah.
couldn't remember where. All right. And what grade are you in now?
I'm a sophomore in high school.
Sophomore. Where? Where do you go?
I go to Springford.
Springford. Were you at regionals this past weekend?
Yes.
Do we need to talk about how you did, or don't we want to talk about how you did?
We can talk about the last 2 games.
Okay, we can talk about the last 2 games.
Because that's when I convinced myself I was way out and I bowled my best.
And then you relaxed,
Yes.
and you bowled it. Well, it's a learning experience.
It is, yeah.
It's a learning experience. So you'll come back the next 2 years, and you'll make it,
Yep.
and you'll bring home states. How about that?
Yes.
How about that?
Hopefully.
So, I see you got Bowler X
Oh,
logo
yeah.
on your shirt.
Yeah, I gotta thank them.
All right.
All right.
So, anybody else besides?
Obviously, my parents, the support team over at that table, Amelia, Justin, and Amanda.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my parents, all the people that are watching. I don't know who was watching.
That guy,
so.
actually, there was a
My
couple. There
family.
was a lot of people here that were rooting for you. You'll have to go home and rewatch this and see all the comments.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
All right. And that gentleman down there
Yes, he counts as parents. He's my dad.
does he counts as a parent?
Yes.
He was the guy that tried to unplug me at the end of the first game. He accidentally hit my plug and it unplugged me. You know, usually when that happens, it takes me offline, but it didn't this time, thankfully.
I know I've tripped over the cord before. Last season, I know I did.
That's why I try to keep it taped down or with a carpet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, taking home the $300 first place scholarship in the scratch division. Title number 2 on the year, and title 3 total.
Title
right?
3 total. Well, title 3 this year.
This year? Oh,
Yes.
okay. So we got all 3 this year. Very good.
Yep.
Very good. Mason Doan, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, another one in the books.
Congratulations to our winners. And yes, Jason and I will see you next Sunday. We'll be at Suburban Bolorama. Don't forget, the event has been changed to an adult junior event. And the discount entry fee ends tonight at midnight. So make sure you go online and sign up for next Sunday. And we'll see you out there in the lanes down in York, PA next weekend.
Yep. All right.
All right, we'll see you next week.
From all of us here at the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour, we will see you next week at Suburban.
See ya.